Okay, they weren't allowed to stop. And they're pushing them at a rate of about an inch an hour, pretty much. It was a 24-hour operation. They had some big hydraulic rams in the bottom of that spiral there, and they're pushing these in pretty much constantly for months on end.
Hindi tayo makita.
Something I kind of learned recently is that they could actually work away and dig out all the mud and the silt that built up in these while they were still ramming them. And it wasn't like they'd hit it and then they'd hit it again. It was just one constant motion. About 60,000 psi altogether of pressure pushing these things. Anyway, you can touch the walls until you get to this door over here.
Basa. Ang alin?
Ha? Dito tayo mag-start ha. Huwag nang bawal lang humawak. Bawal lang humawak.
Hoy, bawal na daw humawak dito.
Oh, don't touch.
Oh my God. Pwede ba mag-picture?
Nag-video na lang ako para... Nag-video na lang ako. The tourist guide.
Yeah, come on in, come right with that. We got plenty of space here. We can Just a bit of advice for the tour team, just so we don't lose anyone. It's always a good thing to not lose people. When we're kind of walking through, if you see darkness in front of you like this here, that's a good time to stop. If you need to bring out your phone or a torch to see where you're going, just stop. You've gone too far. Or if you get to a door, it's a good time to stop. I've only lost 3 people. That's because they walked into darkness through doors. I found them again. They walked off from me. They ran ahead. I didn't really lose them, they just wanted to leave. Must have been something I said. Yeah, welcome into the cave. Do you know what these things here coming down from the ceiling? Do you guys know what those are called? You know them. Stalactites. Yeah. What about the ones that come up from the floor? Stalagmites. Yeah. What about when they join together? They become friends. They become mates.
Stalagmites. Ang ganda.
I was expecting stalagmates.
Stalak yan. Meron yan sa atin sa cave. Hindi ka nakapasok ng cave sa atin.
Now these things take around 100 years to grow the size of your thumbnail. So they do take a long time to grow. Now the reason we don't touch them is that the oils on our skin actually stop them from growing. But also over time, if lots of people touch them, they can actually change colour. Not the whole formation, just where people touch, they actually turn like a nasty kind of brown colour, spoils it. So that's the reason we don't touch. Plus they can be quite brittle as well. Now definitely come up on the tour, someone will ask, do they fall down? No, they don't. Not unless you break them. Earthquakes, fine. Drills, fine. But yeah, people actually touch them, that's what breaks them. Yeah, pretty cool. They've been here for a long time. Hopefully they'll still be here for a long time. Did you get tripped on?
Huwag ka dyan, masagin mo yan.
That's how stalagmite forms.
Bawal i-touch.
As the drip comes off the stalagmite, it builds up on the floor.
Mag-stop nga ng grow.
That doesn't feel quite pretty.
Woo!
Feel free to get a photo.
The tourist guide. Ang galing. Stalactite. Marami din sa atin yan, sa cave sa atin. Dahil sa water yan, yung water yan na ano, tumutulo. Tapos, ang ano yan sa tulo ng tubig, kaya siya nagkaganyan. Kaya bawal i-touch kasi mag-stop siya ng grow, mag-stop siya sa paglaki pag i-touch mo siya. Kaya yan ang pinwal nila. Hoy, bawal nga i-touch.
Na, ganun ko lang. It's a prank.
Buhay yan. Buhay yan.
Oo.
Buhay
Buhay.
yan ba to? Lumalaki yan.
Mayroon sa atin yan.
Meron, okay lang.
Ito yung mga natutuluan doon. Yan.
Video lang.
Video.
Yan. Parang ano.
Ano to? Ano? Ano to?
Talagang ano nila.
Ano to, Maria?
Raor-oki.
Ruan.
Raor-kiri cave.
Ruakuri.
Nalusukib.
Ruakuri. Nandito kami.
Daming ibon sa loob eh.
Wow.
Basta bawal i-touch lang. Yuko kayo ng maigi.
Yuko kayo.
Kasi bawal. Bawal i-ano. Huwag matouch. Kahit sa mga dito, sa mga... Ito ang cave na napasukan namin na ano, maganda. Kaya panood na kayo sa vlog namin sa New Zealand.
New Zealand.
At saka mag-adventure na rin kayo rito sa cave na to. Kasama kami ani. Kasama ko asawa ko, kaibigan ko si Pritchie. At saka yung asawa niya nandoon nasa likod. Wala kaming picture kasi sumusunod kami sa ano, tour guide. Kaya
Sa palisi nila.
yung may policy kasi dito. Kaya ayan.
Dilaan lang daw ang gilid. Parang iba ng baka yan ah.
Ha? Ano daw?
Parang ano din ang baka.
Laman loob.
What they said? Maingay? Sorry? Ah,
Ano daw?
hindi ko maintindihan.
This one here is pretty cool. You'll see.
Ang layo kasi niya.
You might need to
Masyadong islang.
double up on the handrail. So stalactites and stalagmites, they're quite difficult names to remember. There's an easy way to remember what one's what though. Like stalactites hold on tight to the ceiling, stalagmites they might reach the top. Everything else though
Ito
we reckon is named after what we think it looks like. The reason we think that is because we are the ones that named everything. But pretty much, yeah, cave formations are named after what they look like. So this one here, this one that looks like a potato chip. What do you think is the name of that one? It's not a potato chip. Bacon.
Ikot-ikot ang amoy.
Nagparina sila, hindi nakawakan.
So I was going to say blanket's not the closest thing, but
Ayaw lang mamanta.
bacon's not too far off.
Mag-ikot-ikot lang daw yung amoy.
Australians call them shills. Stalactites we reckon take 100 years to go the size of our thumbnail. These we reckon like 200, 300, 400 years for that same amount of time. So the reason that these form like this,
Hindi ka na magtago rito, walang nakakaalam eh.
straight down from the ceiling.
Ano
Whereas the
mahanap?
curtain and the water runs along,
Ako screenshot ko na.
and then the water just keeps flowing.
Walang ano, kasi bawal.
That wavy patterns formed by wind. Bit of wind maybe come through the streamway, so the streamway kind of comes through, maybe a little bit of a waterfall there, some miniature falls. Obviously with not as much water. and the ear movement makes that little wavy pattern. There's a really rough stuff on the wall, looks like crispy chicken or popcorn. That's called cave coral. But I just
Bakit may flash?
it's crispy chicken.
Sino na?
Everything's named after food, or it should be.
Wala.
So is there, you said there's like wind that comes down here, but is there like another?
May isa pa nga. May alauna pa nga. Yung ano.
Anong hanggang spot mo talaga?
Saglit lang ah.
Our entrance will be coming too.
Makalas ano ata hindi.
Tapos may alauna pa nga schedule yung ano.
Yung glowworm.
Glowworm doon yun.
Pwede din pala doon mag-picture-picture, no? No, pero walang flashlight.
44 gallon oil drum. Yeah. It wasn't a climb straight up. It was kind of like a
Dulo
slide.
na yata yan.
It was an awkward
Hindi
slide
pa.
to get up. So this is called the drum passage, kind of out of.
Hindi pa, malaki to. Makawid ba? Baka sarado.
But
Kasarado
the
pa ang
entrance
pinto
has
doon, kaya
a landslide come
kwento.
down into the area. So how big is it? So that's how we kind of come.
Kaya nga mamaya niya yan buksan.
Naiwan ko talaga cellphone
There was
ko.
one footage even more nearby than 2003. So something big that you'd think like that, 1800s, you know, gold mines. or-
Punto na yung mga ano ito.
This one looks like cauliflower, not broccoli, cauliflower, right?
He's gonna kick you off the floor.
Right, so is
Hindi,
it
pag umuulan kasi ito, tumutulo to sa taas pag matindi na yung ulan.
Right, we might see some more coming up. We might see some more.
Bawat tulo niyan. Ayan o. Oh. Mahina lang ang ano niyan, hindi nga. Ayan o. Oh. Pag maipon na yan, maipon na yan. Oo, gas na. Ay, wag na.
Ganda ng mga kanya. Hindi yatang gawin agimat yan ah.
Aray ko, natuluan nga ako eh.
Pag yan nilang ka dito na magpapalong agimat.
Kung ganito lang yung Cuba doon sa atin, no, ginawa ng tourist ganito, no? Maano doon sa atin, ganito rin sa atin eh. Oo. Doon sa ano, sa Kulayo. Pero dapat nilagyan nila ng ano. Bakit napagas dyan?
Mga tinats.
Yung tagos doon, ano, dagat eh.
Ang ganda oh. Wa, oy, kung ang raman na. Oo.
Parang mga kandila, no? Mga tino sa tubig, no?
Parang asin.
Parang asin. Kaya bawal i-touch kasi ano,
Matunaw.
matunaw.
Di ba sabi mo ba?
Ayan, madilim doon sa taas. Nasaan na yung mga ilaw. Ang ganda doon sa taas. Natural na talaga itong daanan. Kaso, ginawaan na lang nila ng ganito. Pero natural talaga to, napasok nila to. Ganyan talaga yan.
Ganito talaga ito.
Bakit yun?
Kaya ginawa.
Ano yung tumunog?
Baka may sapa ito, tubig nilalang doon.
Oo, tubig daw. Ayun oh, narinig mo na agos ng tubig. Narinig mo na ba yung ilog doon na pinuntahan natin? Doon din yung dugtong. Hala, ayan na yung glowworm.
Ito na ba yun?
Oo, bawal yan. Huwag yan kayo mag-flashlight.
Huwag mong anuhan, Bindo. Nagpa-flashlight yung ano, naka-on yung ano mo, flashlight. Oh, kasi mo.
Yan yung glowworm. Matakot sila. May kunting glowworm din pala dito. Pero,
Paglapas lang naman, ano.
Wow, what is that?
There's water.
Can I see? Oh, wow, water. I think very cold that water. Wow.
Good in
So that's where we use opera. It's called the Odyssey. It was very kind of a lot of high ropes, abseiling, zip lining. This here was actually a swing. Hop on there, pretty much. And that stopped in 2019, moving and I think the Warren and the bolts every year.
Ayan yung glowworm.
I'm just gonna sneak through. Sorry, I'll just awkwardly sneak past everyone and
Hindi ah. Ano to?
Di na nga eh. Ay, hindi pa.
Wag ah.
get some lights turned on. So the lights on.
Ano pala yan? Kuryente?
Ha? Kurente yung nilagay
Hindi
nila?
ko alam kung ano yan.
Dinikit lang
Do
yata.
you guys know much about global?
Hindi, pailawan naman yan eh.
So the glow attracts their food towards it. Now, a bit of noise doesn't really affect the glow. If you're going to the glowing cave after this we get that I said that. Noise doesn't affect them too much. That's why I can see walk the rest of it. The lights do.
Hindi makita eh.
So they have these little lines that hang down underneath them that catch their food. So if you want a photo of them, I'm going to light them up for just a short amount of time. Otherwise they will start to go out. So yeah, you can while we get the cameras ready to get a photo of these. I'll go for this little here first. These are the little lines that hang down underneath them.
Oh, what is that? That is the not spider.
So the Latin name for glide is
Spider
arachnocamphor. So arachna is like spider-like, yeah. And then camphor is like a worm.
Worm?
Talagang ganun na naman sa bato.
Alitap-tap.
Ayun, oh, what is that?
So
Oh, ayun, oh.
each globe can have up to 70 of the real light.
Ano siya? Gumagalaw, oh.
The longer that they live for, pretty much the more lines that they've made.
Wow, gumagalaw siya. Ayan.
Each of them kind of hold
Ito yung glowworm.
between 3
Ang
to 4 mayflies. Each of them
ganda.
can hold. I've done the maths. To lift me, it would just take 57
Ayun,
globes.
oh.
Really?
Ayun,
Yeah, they're probably
gumagalaw
all fall
siya.
off the wall. Yeah. But the combined weight, the combined like lifting weight of each of those little lines comes to about. If you go 57 times 70 times 15 grams. I don't know how much I weigh.
Di makita eh.
Ano din?
Pag malayo. Para lang siyang alitap-tap, no? Kahit naka-video na.
Whole of light.
Walang hipuan
It
ha.
has a worm, so it's about 9 to 12 months old, like this glowing. And they only eat about 3 months off the light. Now, we would see a lot more moves around the head.
Ang lalim pala dito, no? No? Natural pala yan na uod na parang gumagalaw.
Natural talaga yan.
Ang ganda dito. Akala ko alitap-tap yan. Para siyang uod.
Kaya nga worm eh. Blowworm eh. Kaya blowworm tawag.
Glowworm.
Glowworm cave. No.
Kalasan.
Nakalasan to?
Hindi.
Try mo.
Buang. Alam, kainin. Buingon ka man. Wala nga naman.
And the fourth stage is a fly. As a fly, they won't leave the cave, they don't know how to use the buttons.
Ang ganda. Patingin na. Dito ako.
And then, you don't want to get too close in case you get caught in the lines.
Oh,
And then they
sorry.
might eat you.
Take it home.
But they don't need to, they only fly 1 to 2 meters at a time. Nothing to do with their inability to push buttons. But they'll reproduce to make around 120 offspring, and then they die. Of those 120, maybe 5 or 6 survive, because the others have all been eaten by the ones that hatch out first.
Ang ganda talaga.
Whoever's the
Oh.
oldest sibling, there's a few families here, whoever's the oldest sibling,
Kung ka lang mag-isa
you
dito.
would have survived, because you ate the other one.
Pasok dito lang mag-isa.
Oo, kahit nga ikaw siguro eh.
Do you guys have any questions about those?
Tapos,
Makalabas ko na.
tapos walang ilaw.
That's a really good question. So the part that glows, it's like their equivalent of our kidney, but that's in their tail end, and it's produced by like their waste product. So if you're real
Paano kaya sila nabubuhay dito no sa loob no kung halimbawa hindi pa to na
So
discover?
if you imagine like the glow is like the strike, you got a dimension shape, and then the rest of the worm is about a dimension.
Hindi man lang nila inano yung bata no nga. No, hindi man lang nila inano ang bata.
Kaututong ko makalibang.
Ayaw eh.
So yeah,
Hindi man lang nila inano ang bata no. Na bawal dito, malamig. Di man lang nila inisip sila lang yung ano.
Ayaw umilo.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Oh, sila muna oh. Go first. Because we are group also.
Mariang nahiya. Ayaw. Dahil din tayo ah. Yung mga tayong Pinas.
Paano kasi nagmamadali na tayo, yung cellphone ko to rin, nasaan na? Takbo, ganun kaya ako, pag ano, nagmamadali, nagagalit yung si Roderick. Ano ba yan? May net. Ang ingay kaya ng tubig. Ang lakas pala to sa ilalim. Gusto ko makita. Ang lamig kaya dito, grabe. Lalo na siguro ang tubig, ang lamig-lamig. Kaya, ito yung ano dito, hindi din paghinayangan na pumunta. Oo, tubig, ilog sa baba. Hindi tayo manghinayang dito kasi sa ganda pa lang ng ilalim. Napakaganda pala ng ilalim ng lupa. Bundok to sa taas, pero dito pala sa ilalim ganito. Ano? Malalim, parang ano siya ng bundok. Tiyan ng bundok. Dito kami sa bituka ng bundok. Ay, naku. Grabe, natural talaga to. Na ano, natural na cave. Yan. Natural na cave lang siya. Kaso ginawaan na lang nila ng daan para mapasok sa mga tao, para maging ano, tourist. Oh. Ay, doon ka muna, oh. Sa taas ang dilim. Akala ko si Mindo.
Sweet. So, you can all hear that loud rushing noise here. Take that as a yes. We used to come in, when I started working here, we used to come in from up there. That was 1904. Come down the ladder.
1904. Tagal na.
We're listening to the same noise.
Pero ano to?
And the noise hasn't really changed, but we used to start rumours that it was 30 or 40 metres tall. Now those rumours grew, and so did the size of that waterfall. We were saying it was 50 or 60 metres tall. Now it wasn't actually until 1936 we actually went along and found it.
Ito ba? Ito mga rin.
So back then, kind of caving was all candlelit. If your candle gets wet, it goes out. You can't see where you're going. Or there was kerosene lamps. So those are a lot of fun because if they get wet, the kerosene leaks out, and you got to light it again, and everything catches fire. So that was out of the picture. So candles, and yeah, if they got wet, you couldn't see. If you couldn't see, you didn't make it out the cave. So this guy in 1936 found a really small hole that he crawled through. And he heard the loud rushing noise, he walked towards it, and he was blown away with how tall it was. He was thinking, 70 or 80 metres tall. Just over exaggerating now. And he got there at 1.5 metres tall, that's this tall. He was kind of blown away. His mates didn't believe him. The next time they visited, 1942, they took a camera with them to show kind of how tall that waterfall was. Photos back in the day, everyone looks very serious. You've seen photos of like great grandparents, they're very, very serious in their photos because the photos took a minute to take. You can't hold a smile for that long. Unless you're on a tour with me. I know my jokes are terrible. But the waterfall, imagine how long you have to take a photo of that for because it's dark down here. The minute long photos, that was in good lighting. So they'd take these photos for a very, very long time. Took 6 years to take the photo. But yeah, the photos back in the day, like that little canoe at the top of it, it was pretty cool. But now, if you want to see that waterfall, we don't see it on this tour, that's not a build up to seeing it. But you do see it on the Blackwater rafting tour, on the 3-hour tour. You actually jump off of it into your tie tube. This isn't an upsell either. You jump off of it into your tie tube, you then float underneath the glowworms in the dark. If you guys have been to the glowworm cave or are going to the glowworm cave, it's kind of like what you do on the boat, but you're actually in the water. So you're a lot colder, floating under the glowworms. Yeah, quite a lot of noise for not much.
It's like the cave getting amplified.
Yeah. So that rushing noise we heard before was just a little trickle.
Yeah.
And that one there's just a little waterfall.
Ang sunflower.
Yeah.
Sa loob.
Ewan.
Alright, so coming up, we're going onto a bridge, and kind of off the sides of the bridge there is water. It's not far beneath us anymore. But walking onto the bridge, we don't have any lights leading us onto the bridge, so I'll have my head torch going. If you need extra light, feel free to use your phone or your camera light. But once we get onto the bridge, I'll turn my light off. It'd be really cool if you've got your phone light turned on, to turn that off as well, and just tuck your phone or your camera away, just that we can see glowworms just in the dark. It's really cool, just to see just glowworms. Then after a minute or two, I'll call out and you can take photos of glowworms.
Sorry.
We'll go this way.
Sorry.
Papikit siya.
Excited.
Ka-explain nga lang. Ay, nilo mo.
Hindi, use the phone. Ano yun? Use nga na phone? Hindi, sabi niya, mag-use daw ng phone. cannot see. Ay, saan ba yung daan? Oy, agoy.
Nag-ano kasi siya, kasi nasa gabi tayo.
Ha?
Ayan. Yan. Nasa gabi, ano na siya, madilim. Kaya parang
Na parang may ahas doon. Oh.
Tubig. Hindi na ano yung tubig, hindi malinaw ba?
parang kill.
Ha? Hindi marinig.
Lights off daw. Lights off. Lights off.
Lights off.
Para makita.
Hindi nga, kay worm man siya. Oo, hindi mo nakita. Ako tinutukan ko talaga.
Oo.
Worm,
Worm niya.
worm siya, tapos gumagapang siya.
Yung
Yung,
na maliliit mo.
oo,
Magapang.
gumagapang siya doon, parang may ano siya, parang may tubo siya nga, naggawa siya ng sarili niyang tubo. Doon siya, doon siya gagapang-gapang.
Yung pala yung parang laway na.
Parang yung laway niya, yun ang yung nagbitay-bitay.
Oo, parang tain niya yata. Flash off!
Flash off, pero naka-open sa kanya.
Hindi, ang flash lang daw i-off, pero ano daw ang photo. Pwede daw picturean, pero flash off. Makita mo ba?
Kita. Kasi yung akin Maria, may pang 9.
Oh. Lahat man may pang night mode.
Yan o.
Video mo lang.
Oo.
Kita na eh. Iba yun mo lang walang video.
Hindi.
Hindi maganda nga eh. Pag mahaba. Ito na yung vlog ko. Ayan, hindi makita. Nandito kami sa kuweba. Kami lang nakakakita, pero yung camera hindi. Pasensya na.
Pag marami. Iwan.
Mamaya doon sa club.
Doon sa glowworm.
Doon?
Oh. May laon.
Kami lang nakakakita.
Anong oras tayo dito matatapos? Alas 11 no?
Siguro may anaconda. Aw!
Ganyan pag busi sa anak kong dapat. Kaso yan.
Pakita mo na, may pagbabaw na. Alas na.
Hay nako, dito kami sa kuweba. Ang ingay ng tubig, no? Paano kaya nagawa ng kalikasan to, no? Ang talino ng ano, no?
Hindi na yung tubig, marunong mo. Wala yung tubig na bumabagsak ba?
Oo.
Kung dyan na, baka.
Wala mo may tao na.
Buti wala nakatira dito ng mga ano, no? Nabigla na lang, burn.
Baka mayroon doon banda dito. Dahil kita sa tubig.
Ang galing naman. Paano kaya matyaga nilang ipinasok to noon, no? Wala kasi silang natuklasan dito. Noong unang panahon.
Hindi mga buti ba ano naman yun. Malakas ang loob.
Malakas ang loob pumasok kahit sa ano, kahit nga sisirin ang dagat, kahit ano. Ha? Ang haba-haba nito. Pumasok kami ng... Anong oras tayo pumasok? Alas 9. Siguro matatapos is alas 11. Mahaba ito na kuweba yung nilakbay namin. Kaya sulit din. Kasi first time namin makakita ng mga mga ano, glowworm. Stalactite nakita ko na yan. Pero yung glowworm, hindi. At saka yung mga... Ano pa? Walang glowworm sa kuweba doon sa atin, no? Alitap-tap. Akala ko alitap-tap talaga yan. Oo. Akala ko talaga alitap-tap yung puntahan natin doon, no? Dumidikit pala.
Wala takpan yan. Makakagyan mo.
Hindi. Oh, kita. Tayo. Madilim talaga. Oh, bakit bawal? Ay, hinuhukay pa, no? Oo, lalagyan pa, oh, bagong asimbol, oh. Huhukayin pa, oh.
Ano, daanan. Bridge.
Yan, oh, may ilog, oh. Ayan, oh, yung mga tubig. Saan kaya galing? Oh, ang liliit ng ano lang ng tubig.
Ang mga gilid-gilid. Ano?
You guys can come forward.
Still have the baby there. Sleeping?
I like this area of caves for a couple of reasons. One, there's no formations. You might not like it for that, but there's no formations here. We're still in a cave, that's cool. But yeah, there's no formations here. There's a couple of reasons why there could be no formations. One is there's kind of a really solid layer of rock between here and the surface that wood doesn't penetrate through. And the other reason is there's passageways above. So for our case, there's passageways above us that get those components space. But also, the other reason I really like this place is it's really dark. There's no clothes here. Again, you might not like it for that reason, like we've come to see glowings and formations. But the little stream just over there doesn't really harbour much insect life. So there's not much food in here, that's why there's not many glowings. But it is a fantastic spot to like look at the rock, and you can see this layered nature of the rock. You get to see a couple of seashells.
Natural lang talaga, no? Kapag ano ng rock, no?
White spots in the rock. There's actually lots of white spots
Okay,
in the rock. Those are all seashells. In fact, pretty much the whole rock is touched up seashells. Anything that was in the ocean that died.
Doon din sa kuweba niya, no? Ang ganda pa nga din doon.
You might come back and
Nakapasok
find
ka ba doon?
that numbers change.
Hindi kami makapasok.
Sa mga video.
At the moment, quite raw, 24 to 25 million years.
Sa mga video nila.
Come out of the ocean on a Thursday.
Sila,
It was around the limit
sila
of
Katlong
this
pumupunta doon.
Then cracks start to form in the rocks, and then water starts to work away those little cracks, and you get passageways. It's where people's eyes start to glaze over a little bit.
Video nila Kap. Nasa
And
kulaya
initially you
yun.
get like little hoses.
Yung video na yun.
So imagine you hose it
Na
over,
Jessica
the water
Soho
touches
pa
all
nga
the
siya
sides.
eh.
And as long as the water keeps touching all the sides, the passageway grows
Hindi mo alam.
all around it, so it goes up
Pumunta
and
doon
down
mga
at the same
reporter.
time. You get these little tubes like this, and then the water doesn't touch all the sides. There becomes more passageway, the water
Ganito
starts
talaga
to
doon.
flow down, you get some keyhole gap.
Sa inyo.
And then you get rocks falling down on the rocks like this. And that's how passageway. Any questions about rocks? Yeah. We got like the other side of it coming up. So like those like the shells like intact. But then at the end of this passageway we've got what would be the other side of that. If you imagine you start making a mold to get them around and it kind of looks like that. Rocks. But yeah, they're down in this passageway. Yes. To get some big, you might have seen there's a little bridge off to the side back there. So that's actually the passageway that the guy went to find the waterfalls back in 1936. So that's like one long straight passageway, really small. But as you're going along, it actually goes up. And if you go up and you like travel around, you can actually pop out just over there. If you're unlucky, fall down. But you can see there's that flat layer of rock just there. It kind of looks different than all this flat rock here. So water doesn't penetrate through that one either. But yeah, so the passageways above are accessible here. Very tight, and that's the reason why we saw some ropes hanging on the wall earlier. That's the reason why that toilet doesn't run in, because no one likes small spaces or huts. So yeah, we were getting enough people coming through doing that. And that's the start of that other tour as well, just back there with the bridge. Just a few formations up there. And through here we start to see formations here as well. Any other questions about rocks? As a guess, probably between 50 and 60 metres. For sure, at the end of this passageway, there's a pipe going up to the surface, which is 65 metres long. So we know for sure that we're 65 metres back there. It's all to do with the hill above us. Like we've descended probably 40 metres down, but the hill up above us is all over the show. Yeah, darkness. We'll go. You guys can lead away. There is a pipe coming out the ceiling. You'll be able to find. You can actually see up to the surface. Yeah.
Ang ganda. Ganda talaga. Ang ganda talaga. Oh, bagong gawa lang to. Bagong... Ha? Bagong buhos. Bagong hukay. Ah, bago lang to nabuksan dito. Swerte natin, dati wala pa to. Mayroon pa nga dito eh. Ang lamig na dito, palamig ng palamig tayo. Nasa ilalim na to ng bundok. Ito talaga yung tiyan ng bundok, no? What is that?
It's a blower. See the ceiling, or the sky. Look, Mark, if you look up there, you can see.
wow.
That's how deep we are.
Wow!
Kita sa taas.
Oh yeah.
Is the colour blue or white up the top?
Nakikita yung taas kung saan tayo ka ilalim.
Yeah, look at the pipe. You can see to the surface. That's how deep we are. Underground.
Sorry. May haba pala tayo, no? Sa ilalim tayo, no? Ayan tayo, oh, sa ilalim.
Hello.
Anyone want to guess why we've got this pipe here? It's not ventilation, by the way, that's everyone's first guess. That's wrong. Yeah, food. It was used a little bit for food. It had to be round things like pizzas and burgers.
Ang lalim natin, no?
We did have like tools, big diesel generator thing up the top there, and air hoses coming down, and the pipe for the water as well, so we could clean things down a little bit without having to use cable.
Para lang daw makapasok ang hangin dito.
Concrete, the stuff we're walking on had to come down this pipe. So there were two teams. There was one team building the spiral and the excavation to the first kind of corner, the little duck down, and everything else that we walked through was pretty much assembled at the same time as that was being built. They wanted to get things done as fast as they could, and there was no way to get concrete here other than through a river. You know, if you carry a bag of cement on your shoulder and you're swimming, you'd drown it. It weighs 40 kgs. So it makes you sink. And it sits in the bag. Gets wet, sits in the bag. So we put the pipe in. And we put a big kind of homemade structure. Everything down here is homemade. Big wooden spiky bits with a big tarp at the bottom. So all the concrete would come down and fall into that. And then that worked really well. We thought, oh, what else can we send down here? And these uprights, the uprights for the handrails, they also come down this pipe. And the first thing that we did was we put everything that we could underneath to kind of stop them disappearing on us. So we put anything you'd imagine that you'd have on a construction site at the bottom. They let go of the pipe and just come down, and we just went through everything. We never saw it.
May upuan ako dito.
And from there, we put a tub and we filled it with builder's mix. And over time, the builder's mix got more and more compact, so it got harder and harder to pull the middle bits out as they kind of come down. So hard that we tried to pull one out and it wasn't pulling out, and the two people that were working here, named Logan and Josh, they heard the next one coming down. And the noise that it made when it hit the other one was apparently really, really substantial. Anyway, yeah. 65 metres to the top of that pipe. This is the time of the tour where people forget there's a no touching rule. This is just a reminder that there's a no touching rule.
65 meters daw dito.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff around here.
Mula doon sa taas hanggang dito sa ilalim kami.
So here are some scallop shells. On the little ledge next to it, there's a broken stalagmite, a morebone, and an oyster shell.
Sino? No?
So more than they're not very smart.
Paano naging shell yan?
They just run around.
Hindi, ba't ko na yan? Ginano?
They used to just run
Simento
around,
ba?
looking down the vertical shafts and just die at the bottom of them.
Hindi, natural lang siya na ano.
Natural, no?
Have a look at it.
Naparoon sa shield.
Stalactite.
You can zoom in on
Kaya
the
nilagyan nila.
museum stuff. The Watson Cave Museum that was really cool. I don't know if it's like no, I think it's that Watson Cave Museum got a nice house and stuff. Yeah.
It was worth the $5.
Nandoon pa naman yung lisensya ko sa cellphone ko. Yung lisensya ko nandoon sa cellphone ko.
Pero hindi mo naalala kung tinanggal mo ba sa ano sa kanya kanina?
Hindi ko naalala kung tinanggal ko ba.
Alam mo kung matanggal pa yung bilat nito, wala na, tinangay na ng aso.
Kadaan. Ang dami. Oh, maliliit pa siya. Hindi pa siya lumaki. Ilang
Malaki yan.
Wag lang i-touch. Kasi magtatampo siya. Hindi, nagtatampo siya.
Ano yung pang kabila, ang kit-kit.
Parang crystal, oh.
Para siyang kabila, pero bato. Ha? Years? Ito? Bago natin.
Pale people.
Malaki ang masyado eh. Malaki ang kadaan.
I-touch mo na para di nalalaki. Hi, sorry.
Oo, malaki din ito ano. Wala siyang mga ano. Wala siyang mga tao.
Big-in na yata.
Ang ganda.
Ayaw ko dito. Dito ako dadaan.
Hey, that's like a thing you called for yesterday.
Paano kaya nilagyan ng ilaw nila dyan, no? Oh.
Like a town with a brand new.
Grabe, no? Kaya nilang suot-suotin yan, no? Ilagay ang wire, no?
Oh. Oh, Jesus.
Ay, nabali siya. Nasagi siguro.
I'm gonna go. Sorry, I'm gonna go wander up here.
Nagtatampo na yan.
Pero at the end of
Ginagtiga sila naglagay ng kuryente doon.
May kuryente din, no?
Sa gilid.
Ikaw, payag ka, ganyan trabaho mo dito.
Pag marami naman.
Pag maglagay ka lang ng ganyan. Wire. Tubig pala yun doon, oh. Yung mga tulo ng ano.
Yes, I don't know. Too big hell. Wow, okay.
May nangaligo na kaya dito?
Wala. Wala nito.
Baka pinasabog. Ay, hindi. Kasi
Nasip na ano bato na yan.
ganyan lang yan. Kasi kung pinasabog yan, walang istalak na ganyan. Nana.
Pinagdano ang bato na yan.
Oo.
Parang ano yan? Pinukay ang bato na yan.
Picturean mo nga kami, Pritsi, dyan. Halika dito. Pasa mo na lang. Dito ka, Bandaro direct. Doon ka, layo-layo konti. Ay. Okay na? Madilim yata.
Di, ha?
Sorry.
O doon kayo, oh. Doon kayo, oh. Kayo dumindo doon, Roderick, oh. Roderick. Dalawa. 1, 2. Ano ba yan? Ano? Ayusin nyo.
Tapos kahit tayo rin tatlo ni Kinit.
Dead end na ito. Bye-bye. Mag-picture
Hindi pa
muna
naman
kami.
yata ito din eh. Nandoon yung daanan eh. Mayroon pa doon.
I don't know if it's work, but